But you did. You did. You walked in the shop.
I don't want to have
You walked in the shop.
I didn't buy anything.
You entered the store.
I wanted to see the stuff.
And what if she says, hey, you didn't buy anything for me?
Yeah. Well, that didn't happen.
Spit and threw it at you.
Oh, my God.
Well, back to Under Oath.
A man sues a psychic after paying thousands for rituals to remove a curse on his family, which he later decided was a scam. The psychic claims the man paid willingly and that they believe in this magic. Should spiritual services be regulated to protect consumers, or does this infringe on freedom of belief and commerce? Excellent question.
Okay.
So we got a bunch of dummies.
Not dummies, believers.
Okay. We got a bunch of dummy believers.
Stop it.
Think that psychics...
That's not really fair of yours. You have atheists out there who will basically say the same thing about anybody who believes in God.
You got a bunch of, let's say, people who have loose attachments to reality, paying psychics to remove curses. Do you let these people get fleeced?
Okay.
Hold on. Is me protecting them also insulting them? Do I come in and say, no, this psychic can't actually remove a curse. You're too dumb to realize that. So I've got to stop this psychic from removing a curse. Or is it more compassionate to allow him to think that this psychic can remove curses and pay somebody to allegedly remove it?
Okay. Let's start off. Let's start off with, are we kidding here? Now, first off,
that's actually a good topic. This is a good topic.
Well, first off, I have to prove that being psychic is real. Then I have to prove that a psychic is now a magician, which that's not normally what a psychic is. Then I have to prove curses actually exist. So I've got these three things. I'm going, okay, a leprechaun, a chupacabra, and Dracula walk into a bar. That's what this thing is. It's crazy.
Kinda.
And you know what? The world...
Kinda, but what do we do? Where do we draw the line? Do we protect the guy from himself?
We do protect people.
He's paying thousands of dollars to somebody who can't really do anything for him.
There's a difference if he has a mental deficiency. Now, if we want to prove that this was a person who has Alzheimer's or somebody who had special needs.
Clean. That's too clean. That's too easy of an answer.
So we're talking a regular person.
We should protect people who don't realize that they're being scammed. Okay. This guy, well, in a way, this guy. Okay. We should protect people who don't have the mental ability to make that determination.
That's somebody with special needs.
Yes.
So how is that not clean? A person
without special needs, a regular person who doesn't have special needs, do we stop him from hiring the psychic?
Only time that I believe that should be happening is this. Let's say the person walks in the room and the whole room is rigged. The whole room is rigged. You know, for example, people do that with the speakers and the walls and all this other stuff. Let's say it's a huge magic trick and you're being fleeced. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's different. That's a con. That's a clear con. It's meant to deceive people who normally wouldn't be deceivable. Yeah. Now, if I'm saying that the person that I believe your person is talking through me and I see this, I think there's a big difference between the flim flam artists who are doing special effects in the place.
The psychic isn't setting out to deceive the customer. He just isn't pointing out that he is being deceived.
Do you know what tarot cards
are?
And
there's a difference.
Do you know what tarot cards are?
Of course.
Okay.
I used to have a pair.
And a Ouija board too.
No Ouija board. I used to do the tarot card thing. Really? I did it as a book report.
How did you know?
I did it as a book report.
Did you study it? Did you learn it?
It was in I think I was a junior in high school. And our end of semester project was to do some sort of 30-minute presentation. I did mine on tarot cards. I read the tarot card of the teacher. I was surprisingly close to predicting what she was going to do over the summer. And then I put those cards away and thought, I don't ever want to do that again because I was too surprisingly close for my tastes.
Maybe you have gifts.
I don't know.
You might have gifts.
I think there might have been some occult going on there. I don't like to even think about it.
So you brought that South Dakota voodoo down to Florida.
Yeah, so that's why I know a little bit about tarot cards. But anyway, getting back to a regular guy getting fleeced, not a guy with mental issues. Are we doing him a favor? Or are we doing him a disservice? Because he wants to believe that this psychic has the power to remove the curse. And in a way, like the placebo effect. Maybe the fact that he paid for this psychic to remove the curse, maybe that causes him to look at things differently. Instead of being a pessimistic outlook, he's got an optimistic outlook, and it, quote, works.
How do you prove that the psychic wasn't successful?
Because he's still cursed.
How do you know? Prove it.
Well, who has to prove it in that case?
He does.
The customer has to prove that he's still
The
cursed?
plaintiff has to prove their case. They have to prove that
Who's the plaintiff in here? We're trying to protect this guy.
the plaintiff, the person suing.
A man sues psychic after. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good. So he decided, okay, even though I believed in you before,
I don't believe in you
I have
now.
now found out.
I've realized.
I found out.
I don't know.
realized that you were just scamming
And
me.
you couldn't fix this curse on me.
And you
first-
knew you couldn't fix it
Watch
on
this.
me.
I would say this. I'd ask the question. I said, first off, let me ask you a question. Are you still cursed?
And what if the guy says yes?
Prove it. Done. Survey says number one answer. Jeff is done with this one.
He would have to prove that he was still cursed. How would you do that?
I'm like that little girl. I'm through with this guy. Listen, Miss Linda.
Listen here, Miss Linda.
My name's not Linda.
My name's
What I'm saying
the
is this, is that it's real simple. I'm like, okay, do you believe in psychics? Well, I did before him. Well, why don't you believe in it now? Well, because the curse still exists. How do you know the curse ever existed? Well, because bad luck was happening. So because some bad stuff has still happened to you, you believe you're still cursed.
Oh, no, there's no such thing anymore. He could say.
Now he believes it. He doesn't believe there is a curse.
Yeah, that's not a very sympathetic plaintiff. If he's the one suing the...
Yes.
I thought we were on a mission to protect this guy from himself, basically. No, now that he's the one bringing the action, screw this guy.
You know,
It's your fault.
there are people who do believe in this, though. They're
Yeah,
very
and he
serious.
was one of them, at least at a time. You can't go backwards and say, oh, I retroactively don't believe in you.
Now he's claiming there's a new curse.
Put on by the psychic for not paying me.
Listen, I don't screw with this stuff. I don't know if it's true or not true. I believe I believe certain people have really good intuition and good feelings. And, there were times that I saw things that I forecasted something. I don't know whether I got lucky or where I didn't.
Providence. Yeah. Providence. God has a way of giving you a little hint of what's
See?
coming.
That's what happens when you're the chosen people. So
Oh, it happens not just for your people.
Every once in a while.
It happens for my people, too. When I say my people, I mean us South Dakotans.
South Dakota voodoo shops.
We don't have any voodoo shops in South Dakota. I dare you to find one.
Now you've been to New Orleans, right?
Of course.
You've been to the voodoo shop?
Of course. I can't wait to get into them.
Do you buy anything there?
Of course.
What did you buy?
I bought something to curse you with. A voodoo
And
doll.
it must work. So I'm still with you. God bless.
That's the curse being with me
Because
still.
I'm still with you. What happened? I got him.
He's still with me. I'm torturing him every day. No, I didn't buy that. I didn't buy anything. I was a little nervous about buying that. I'm fascinated by it, but also I don't want to.
So
I don't
you
want
believe.
to. Yeah,
You
I
believe.
might kind of
You
sort of
believe.
believe.
You believe.
I don't want to find out. That's the F around,
F around and find out.
I don't want to F around.
I don't.
But you
did. You did. You walked in the shop.
I don't want to F
You
around.
walked in the
But
shop.
I didn't buy anything.
You entered the store.
I wanted to see the stuff.
And what if she says, "Hey, you didn't buy anything for me"?
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that didn't happen.
Spit and threw it at you. as you were-
Oh my God. Well, then I would go back in and buy
Back
something.
back. It is $50.
Yeah.
That'll be $300.
Okay.
Whatever it takes.
Okay.
So yes, I don't screw around with other people's religious beliefs. Now he's going to get up there and everything he says, well, I was snowed. I know now that it's fake and everything else like that. Well, prove it. I don't have to prove I have the ability. I don't have to prove I'm
I
psychic.
don't think there should be a regulation preventing somebody who holds himself out as a psychic to provide services to rational adults who have somehow convinced
don't
themselves
Don't do that.
that this
Rational
is
adults.
Yeah, I mean the
You mean
non-mentally
non-special
disabled.
needs?
Yes,
Non-special needs.
Yes.
Okay. But I have to know they're special needs people, right?
yeah. If you know that they're special needs,
Right.
and you're taking advantage of that, if you're a psychic, I think you have a duty to hold on.
I have a duty.
You have a.
I've got to do the
you
psychic
have a
duty.
responsibility.
Let me explain the Bill of Rights for every psychic.
Yeah, you seem. I don't know, but do we put that on the psychic?
Because you think somebody's crazy when they come in the door.
Do we put that responsibility on the psychic?
You, in the last 20 years, you've suffered a loss.
Well, of course, that's everybody.
And it was I feel a presence.
It's cold reading.
It's a strong presence.
You're doing the cold reading.
Yes. I think there could be legit psychics. I talked to the Long Island medium. I interviewed her, and
Really?
yeah, I thought she was excellent.
Wow.
I liked it. And I asked her an honest question, which she gave me an honest answer. I asked her the question. I said, do you give bad news? Because the person coming forward that's giving you this news, I'm sure that's not always good. She goes, I never give bad news. So, I mean, at least she in her heart said, I'm not going to give them the bad news. I don't want to make somebody feel crappy.
Do you believe that there's a dark side to the world?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we see it all the day. We see it every day. You and I see it every day.
Like supernatural forces?
No, I'm talking
about like demons.
I think there's evil. You and I have met truly horrific individuals. When we did criminal law, even worse.
No, we called those our clients.
Yeah, well, when we were younger,
At least some of them, yeah.
we were younger. I mean, we weren't even 30. I think of, that was 20 something years ago when we represented that. And there's nothing wrong with that because everyone has a right to, but there's some really bad people in the world. So, there might be. As far as this guy getting his money, dude, I'm going to get
You want the legal principle?
I was right about to say something.
I'll give you the legal principle.
What was that line? This is a guy who needs to find Jesus.
Here's the legal principle. The defense attorney for the psychic can say, listen, you participated in this willingly, you acquiesced, you came back on multiple occasions, and at least gave the appearance that you believed in this. So you are stopped from now coming years, months, weeks later and saying, oh, I want all my money back. It was all fake. It's easy for you to say now when you didn't get what you wanted.
And I'm going to give you one thing to go with. It's kind of like I'm a member of a church for 20 years. And at the end of it, I want all the money I've ever stuck in the basket because I realize that I don't believe in this anymore. So you need to give me all my money back.